Hello everyone, welcome back. So this lesson is where we kind of delve into the world of sports nutrition, but we're going to simplify it. We're going to make it really easy to follow so that you don't feel too overwhelmed by it all. The one thing I want to enforce is that eating well before, during, and after not only training but in an event can dramatically improve not only your performance but also your rate of recovery. And it is about balance. We want to make sure that we keep up the right amounts of protein and carbohydrates that will help restore your muscle glycogen, maintain steady energy levels, and sustain lean muscle mass for long-term growth and performance. So we've got a couple of little guidelines here for you to follow. The first one mentions that you need to eat a balanced meal approximately 2 hours to training or an event. Aim for that ratio of 70% complex carbohydrates and 30% quality protein, and we're going to give you some examples on the second page. If you have to eat less than 2 hours before training or event, make sure that it's something that is light and mainly carbohydrates, like a piece of fruit or crackers. We do not want to have sugars or processed foods. We know that they're going to spike your glucose and your insulin, and then you're going to end up crashing a short time after. But we do want it to be carbohydrate based, that way that you don't get a stomach ache right in the middle of training or your event. After training or your event, then we need to make sure that we eat a meal that is approximately 50% complex carbohydrates, 40% protein, and 10% fat within 30 minutes of completion of your event. And then we need to eat again 2 hours later. The reason being is that it is at this time that the body will be rebuilding muscle and replenishing energy stores and fluids. If you've ever wondered how much protein that you need to eat per day, we use a really simple guide of eating 1 gram per kilogram body weight. That means that if you do weigh 25 kilograms, then you're going to be having a total of 25 grams per day. If you weigh 40 kilograms, you want to make sure that you're eating 40 grams of protein split amongst all 3 of your meals per day. And hydration is a really important one. We want to aim to have about 500 mils of water prior to training, approximately another 500 mils during your training or your event, taken in small sips, not all in one go, and at least about 1 liter after your event. A really simple tip that we can do to get better cellular hydration, which means the water actually gets better into the cells, is by adding a little pinch of salt to it. It doesn't have to taste like the ocean. All you need is a small amount of salt, and that will help facilitate getting that water into the cellular tissue. We've listed down below some superfoods for sports performance, which a lot of athletes are really starting to become aware of. One of the best ones is beetroot, believe it or not. Beetroot can actually help vasodilation. They can help improve your oxygen efficiency, which just means you're going to get more oxygen pumping into your blood as well as into your heart, and it can lower blood pressure. It's because it's a natural source of nitrates, which then turns into nitric oxide, which then helps boost your performance. So these root vegetables have been shown to increase your endurance by up to 16%. Another way that you can enhance your hydration is by drinking a little bit of coconut water. I always say coconut water is pretty much like nature's Gatorade or rehydration fuel. It has natural electrolytes in there that will really help with repletion of all of your minerals as well as better smooth muscle transmission. Organic berries are a fantastic source of antioxidants. I know sometimes it's hard to find organic, but berries tend to be one of those foods that are really heavily sprayed with pesticides and insecticides. So if you can get organic, doesn't matter if they're frozen, grab them if you can. They can help offset some of the oxidative damage that happens in your muscles as a result of training and exercise. Tart cherries is another fantastic food source because it has 2 compounds in it called quercetin and melatonin, and they are really wonderful for muscle recovery as well as helping with inflammation. And then we have chia seeds. Chia seeds are very small, tiny seeds, but they really can help you maintain your energy levels. They are a fantastic source of trace minerals, as well as they are a great source of fiber, which just means that you're going to have a nice, slow, and steady glucose release from the foods that you eat. So I've given you a challenge. I would love for you to just plan 1 day of meals for either a training day or an event that you're about to go to, and use the guidelines that we have above and some of the example meals that I'm going to go through soon to be able to plan out your meals. I think you'll notice a massive difference on how you feel in your performance if you can just try and incorporate some of these really easy tips. So if you head on to the next page, you'll see I've given examples of certain types of meals and snacks that you can choose from. For breakfast, you might have a rolled oat porridge with some kind of nut butter. It could be peanut butter or almond butter. And if you add a little bit of coconut cream and berries in there, you're making sure that it is a little bit more steady release of glucose. You've got berry and banana smoothies with chia seeds and nut butter again, or a sourdough toast with smashed avocado, spinach, and maybe a cooked egg. So we're trying to get that nice balance between carbohydrates, protein, and small amounts of fats. The pre and post snacks, you can choose anything from crackers and cheese to a beetroot and apple juice if you can find them, a piece of fruit or banana with nut butter, there's plain popcorn with a bit of coconut water, some corn chips with guacamole or hummus, a dried fruit and nut trail mix, a fruit smoothie with chia seeds, and some Greek yogurt with cherries. So those are examples of just small amounts of meals that are fairly easy to digest, that aren't going to make you feel unwell while you're in the middle of training. For lunches, this could be anything like a chicken and salad sandwich on sourdough or a whole grain bread. Remember, we're trying to incorporate foods that are as little refined as possible. So very simple ingredients, really basic foods, and those that come from Mother Nature. Another example of a lunch may be beef and vegetable lasagna with a side salad or a tuna and salad wrap. Dinners can be anything like a beef and bean burrito with salad, a teriyaki salmon stir fry with vegetables, or chicken meatballs with sweet potato and broccoli. So the biggest thing here is just to be organized. If you do a little bit of meal preparation, either the day before or the evening before an event or training, then it's going to make all of this transition into eating whole foods and more foods that are oriented towards better sports performance so much easier. So let me know how you guys go. I can't wait to hear any feedback that you guys have. And next week, we're going to be delving into the world of sports supplementation. There's so much out there in the world, and I'm going to be able to help you navigate what types of nutrients and what types of supplements can naturally help you improve your performance. We'll talk to you next time. Take care.